Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to try a brand new movie here. This one's called The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Let's check it out. A couple arrives for a weekend getaway.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful!
Hey, you're getting snow all over the carpet.
House party!
Oh my
House
God.
party! Party's over here! Party's over here!
Meet the local yokels.
Is it going to be a rude question?
No, it's not.
Okay, what's your question?
You guys have the internet in this town? You should try it out. It's fantastic. You teach your moms how to read.
You're on that night, he hears a ruckus outside near the hot tub and finds his girlfriend, Brienne. Or at least, what's left of her. Here's our local sheriff. He's also a member of AA.
Renting a backhoe, setting it up on her lawn, putting it in drive, and just watching it crawl through her house slowly.
John Marshall's his name.
We have a lot of work here.
You can answer that question. I may look old, but I can handle it. It's kind of sexual abuse.
Sheriff, that part of the crime scene is missing at the moment. Do you mind speaking to Officer Robson about that?
You may have noticed Robert Forster. He's the local sheriff also.
Are you serious?
John Marshall
This
is
is what
his son.
everyone's talking about right now. You want people to stop talking shit about the police? Do better police work.
We don't do this shit. All right, somebody's gonna handle it.
This girl has victim number 2 written all over her.
Bring in someone with expertise on exotic animals.
No, we're not going to do that because that's insane.
All right, you figure it out.
It's a wolf. Or maybe it's a werewolf. You know, I've been watching a lot of History Channel lately.
I think so.
This is his daughter, Hannah,
I realize that was
Jenna.
like a gift to give somebody, right?
I do. It's okay. You'll never need it. But
And
I
he
want
gave
you
her
to
some
promise
pepper
me that
spray.
You're going to find it and keep it on you at all times.
What's wrong?
Interviewing the first boyfriend again.
Dropped the bag. Restaurant. Went back to the house. And no, I didn't see a goddamn werewolf.
This takes cooperation.
Oh, I'm cooperating.
Been seeing the ads for him.
This chick is approached by a weird guy in a restaurant.
Yeah, we like it. It's big backseat. Big
We're led to believe he might be our werewolf.
Is your hair always that color?
And her description.
It was hot in there.
Well, thank you for bringing this to our attention, Mrs. Fairchild.
So while he's yelling at the corner, we have another attack going on.
That is your job! Your job is to find the suspects!
Sounds like he's touching himself.
Creepy guy voicemail.
Calling because we spoke earlier and I'm looking to provide new toner for all of my businesses. I'll call back or let me know with whom I can speak.
This is Jenna. FaceTime sexting with her boyfriend.
Yeah? You want to see me tonight?
So they're making out in the car, and a neighbor saw them, and unbeknownst to them, she was trying to warn them of something. Dad is immediately called to the scene. With all this turmoil, his daughter's safe, by the way. He's taking up the bottle again.
I told him I'd catch him and I didn't. I looked him in the face and I told him I'd catch him and I was drunk.
Just go to bed.
And then they catch the guy.
Found Helena Gaines. Remember her? Still looking for his costume, but they might not find it. Syringes are made out of silver.
Or at least they think they
Half
have.
a mile from the original crime scene. I'm going to tell the press.
As the property that we took as evidence of Liz.
So he doesn't get much respect these days since I think too many people died before the killer was caught. Original boyfriend found something.
No, we're gonna keep the stuff. You guys just left this little sewing thing here that's not ours.
I'm sorry?
It looks old. It's like a seam ripper, I guess. I'm not sure. My mom told me to call you guys about it.
Signature.
Returning some more stuff.
No, come sit, please. I want to hear all about the case. I mean, you could talk about it now, isn't that right?
Well, but I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind standing up to your full height for me.
He began to suspect that the guy he was talking to and he's a very tall man.
Yeah.
Confrontation occurs, and the dude stabs him. Spoiler alert, look away. He is our werewolf, but only in costume. And his partner shoots him in the woods. Finishes him off. Drops Jenna off at college.
And speaking of safety, I left something in your top drawer.
That's our film.
Old gymnastics thing just moving down the hallway. It's all right, fresh meat.
All right. Let's talk about the the Wolf of Snow Hollow. Brand new movie. I think I saw this at Walmart and I just decided to pick it up because it was there and check it out. So it had good reviews too, so that's why we got it. So anyway, what we have here is Robert Forster's final film. He is a sheriff in this town, although it's his son, who's also a cop, who's kind of running the show here. A couple of murders happen, and they're really violent murders also. Like the first victim is her vagina is like cut out and gone. So it seems clear that that's some sort of animal attack. And suddenly the people in the town are thinking there's a werewolf. There's a werewolf running around, which our main cop thinks is ridiculous, of course, because there's no such thing as werewolves. We see an attack, and we see the wolf, and it looks kind of scary looking, to be honest with you. Few people die. One of the victims, the head is missing. It's gone. Again, the whole town thinks there's a werewolf on the loose. They all want the cops to find this killer. Our main cop, again, thinks there's no such thing as werewolves. So it's just some sort of killer out there doing his thing. Ultimately, they catch a guy, or actually, a guy gets caught. The cops really didn't have anything to do with it. The coroner was involved somehow, and they're pretty sure this was our killer. So at this point, several people have been killed. The citizens aren't very happy with the police force. They think that you let too many people die. This is a case that should have been solved, blah, blah, blah. So our cop is like returning evidence and stuff to various victims' families, and he gets spit on at one point. And he ends up in this one house with this one dude who's kind of has this creepy vibe to him. Now, our cop isn't 100% convinced that the killer they caught, who was actually killed, so he was in the morgue, he was dead. He's not 100% convinced that was the actual killer, and he gets a strange vibe from this guy, and he asks him to stand upright, completely tall, because he's a tall guy. And then he's starting to think, you know what, that's our guy. The guy shuts the door on him, and the next thing you know, the two are going at it, and our killer stabs the cop and runs off. Next thing you know, he's in a wolf suit. So spoiler, there was no werewolf in this movie. It was just a guy in a wolf suit pretending to be a werewolf. And he's a real tall fucker, too. Anyway, he runs off into the woods, growling, and then the cop's partner shoots him, kills him, and then our main cop actually shoots him like 4 more times in the head to finish him off. And that's our movie, basically. So, again, no werewolf, which was a little disappointing to me, to be honest with, because I do like werewolf movies. This is more of a thriller, I guess you could say. He sends his daughter off to college, and then that's how our movie ends. So, but anyway, the movie itself was a pretty darn good movie. It's got a nice mixture of comedy in it. No nudity, but it does have some good gore. And I got to tell you, the werewolf scenes, although brief, were creepy and scary. The werewolf looked hideous. But I guess they couldn't show it all that much because then we'd know it was supposedly a guy in a suit, although it may have been CGI when they actually showed the scenes of it. But they were always kind of from a distance a little bit, so you weren't sure. But it was cool. Pretty cool movie. So anyway, I don't have much else to say about The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Like I said, it's Robert Forster's final film. I think he died a few months later. This came out, obviously, after his death. This came out in 2020. I think he died near the end of 2019, or I think I have that right anyway. But yeah, other than that, the only other person that I recognized was the female cop in this movie, and I can't think of her name, but she is part of this comedy singing duo called Garfunkel and Oates, and they did this great song called like "Fuck Me in the Ass for Jesus" or something like that. It's something about being how it's a stab at Christian religion is what it is, about how you can still be a virgin if you have anal sex. So look that up. I think it's on YouTube, or at least it was years ago last time I saw it. Fuck Me in the Ass for Jesus or something like that. It's hilarious, actually. Very not PC though. So, but if you are a PC person, you're probably not watching this channel. So anyway, that's it. The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Check it out. I'm curious if anybody else has seen this. Like I said, it's pretty darn new. I think this came out just a couple of weeks ago. So check it out. Leave some comments and let me know what you think about it. The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Watch it. Filmed in Utah.